Warning, this tape contains adult content not suitable for children.
Now, you can party with the wildest girls ever caught on tape. Girls Gone Wild. These are not hired actors or paid performers. We captured real girls. College co-eds on spring break. Sexy secretaries at Mardi Gras. And the girl next door at the biggest party.
Hold it right now, boy. Woodcraft Neighborhood Watch. Now, where was you at 11 o'clock last night, huh?
On TV. Even if you could get to all these untamed parties, you'd never find all of this action.
Yo, what's good, guys? So, Amethyst Pudding here with a interesting story about junior year of high school. For a portion of it, I lived in a place called Springfield, Illinois for a tiny bit because my parents had some problems. And we lived in this slummy apartment, and I'd have to walk to and fro this bar job that I had. See, I used to have a bar job. I had a bar job in both the current place I live and in Springfield. And I was underage as well, working there. I was a junior in high school, like I said. And it was a good place. And we'll talk about it just one more time, actually, later on in the story. It's kind of relevant. But I always used to walk by this place called the Rock and Roll Hardee's, but also, if you're walking from my house to the right there'd be a place called the Club Chrome. Now, this place was a club, typical club, get drunk, there'd be parties, live events. A guy I know, he actually was a bouncer at a musical event at this venue for Bone Crusher, the rapper, if you know who that is at all. So there you go. Shouts out to Bone Crusher. Shouts out to Bone Crusher. And yeah, I got 2 articles that actually accompany this story time that will be at the end to really encapsulate what this whole place is about. Let's see. I'm trying to think of how to start it. So Vanilla Ice played there at one point, so I guess that's kind of a validating thing too. I just thought of that, and that's what connects to the place I used to work at. There we go. Place I used to work at, Vanilla Ice's metal band played there, and also the band The Junior Varsity, which some of those people from that band started off in the town I was born in. And Dr. Chud of the Misfits' band was also played there before, so the place I worked at in Springfield was pretty cool. Cheap food, decent entertainment, but after work, sometimes from there, I would go into the Club Chrome, and they would never really ID very much. They wouldn't really ID, and sometimes things they weren't 18 plus, but they'd have these 18 plus events where you had to show your ID or whatever, even though they were so lax, you pretty much can get in. And not only could you get in, if you're, you had that some cleverness to you. You had to be, smart about how you, walked in and how you said things, because, I'm a pretty street savvy guy, I would say. More so probably then. But yeah, I would sneak in there and have a few drinks. I was in there a handful of times, probably like maybe 4 times, maybe 5. But you get a few drinks, it's kind of schmooze, but usually it's a bunch of like shady, there's some shady people in there, so you really gotta kind of watch your ass. But yeah, sometimes I'd go there and hang out after work. In fact, a guy I used to work with at the bar in Springfield went there one time with me, and he was of age, so we were really getting drunk. That was probably the most drunk I'd been in that place, because he was able to buy drinks, and we didn't have to worry about shit, really. He was just fucking getting wasted. We played some darts, played some pool. We ended up going to Deja Vu, which is actually really close to this location of this business. And yeah, that shit was fun. But on a different particular day, the Girls Gone Wild touring, like, big ass SUV, not even SUV, it's more like a tour bus, a huge bus, was in town. And it was, usually when they're in town, they usually came to Springfield a lot. It's a capital, it's a bigger city, but they came a lot and usually hung out downtown area. Well, sometimes they would come in and they would come and shoot by other places, and Club Chrome was another good spot, being so close to Deja Vu anyway. They probably stopped by Deja Vu too, to be honest. But they spent a long time, and they had an 18+ event this particular night, and I remember it pretty well. I was leaving work. I had some food from work on me, walking home with it, and I didn't know if they had anything going on there. I wasn't really planning on going there. And then I saw all these people, and I saw like cameras, and I saw this big touring, the big, like I said, it was a tour bus. I guess you call it a bus, even though it's like a double decker, like those big European buses. And there's no one, not really, I don't remember being like maybe like a person or two in it, because there's like most people are inside, you know what I mean? This place had decent occupancy. There was people outside of the place too, like outside of the building, but they weren't inside of the bus. But and I get in there, and the guy's like, there is a couple bouncer/ID guys there, and I just kind of walk up as they're like IDing a couple other people, and I just kind of walk on in. I see other people doing the same thing here and there, so I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna try my luck. They look a little older than me, but I mean, boom, sneak up in there, no problem. Get served from the bar without ID. I guess the bartender there thinks if you're not, you wouldn't get past the bouncer guy if you weren't illegal, I guess. So got myself some drinks, plural. I usually buy 2 at a time if I can, to really not to have to keep going back to the bar usually, but this particular case it was busy as shit, and I didn't know next time I'd even be able to get a drink. And yes, I should have said it beforehand. There was this is a warning. Do not tell you this is not for children. Yeah, because there was nudity everywhere. And I'm the tops, bottoms, there, everything. It was like that scene in Harold and Kumar, except they're all missing their pants, but it's like a combination of that and tops. Like some are missing their tops, some are missing their bottom, some are missing their all, some are kissing. Most of it was like, not most of it, some of it was showing out for the camera, but it was people were comfortable doing what they're doing. It didn't seem like they were being too coerced or anything. Granted, it is, being kind of subjective to women, but hey, they're doing it. It wasn't like they were like forced to do it. And I was young, and I was, trying to get, I don't know, it's a cool story to tell. And at the moment I was even thinking, I'm like, this is something that'll never happen again. So I need to really get in on this action. So, young me didn't give a damn, and I, now it wouldn't mean as much, but I was getting drunk as hell, looking at all this going on, and there were girls posing for stuff, and it was absolutely insane. It was insanity. And, this whole time there's like, club music going on, and, and it's, it's just it's a type of thing you can't replicate now, because I'm not underage, so like that feeling of being underage and drinking in this like type of environment is just, you'll never have it again once you hit 21, that's for sure. But this place though, the Club Chrome, is no longer in business, and the 2 articles at the end of this, which will be right after this, will show you or give you a good reason why, because they were caught many times serving to minors and having a bunch of underage people drinking there, and they were also known for having like drug activity. They also had a murder outside of the place. Yes, I'm telling you that right to you. There was a murder, not like when I was there, so I didn't want to call the video that or anything, but there was indeed a murder outside the place, and that's what put the nail on the coffin. But they had a lot of underage drinking, a lot of no IDs, like all the 18 and plus events had like young kids in there. Not only were we in there, but we were getting drunk too, so it's like a double layer on top of it. And then you got the murder action and drug deals action and all the gang action, and it was a blast to be in that environment at that age. And that's how I lived in quite the areas. I lived really close to this place, like right around the corner in like the slummy ass apartments. And man, dude, it was a blast. It was a blast, but also kind of a thrill, a blast, but also kind of a, you gotta watch your ass. You gotta watch your ass at all times, because this was a time in my life where I actually carried a pocket knife. So you know what I mean? Like it was something. But either way, we'll get to the reading of the articles. Hello, this is the article reading Amethyst putting here with the articles for you for this story. Let me tell you, this story is crazy. And it starts off with this one. A local nightclub is curtailing its all-age events as a result of publicity and police scrutiny over alleged violence and underage drinking. A local nightclub is curtailing its all-age events. Okay, it's the same repeated thing there. Police and the city leaders say that while some bars are granted permission for such events once or twice a year, Club Chrome's 37 all-age events since January 1st of 2008 at the time there consistently have caused problems that spill out into the streets at 3 a.m. That's changing, according to the club's owner, Neil Patel. Patel denied that I probably met that guy. I've probably seen him before. Patel denied that 18 and older events at the club, which was, and here, there's the address there, have led to problems. However, he said the events, usually held in conjunction with concerts, have become not worthy of the headache. The concerts we're going to keep strictly 21 and up, Patel said, and we feel like it can be done. We just have to market it a different way. Which, yeah, we've heard how both of those ways go. The owner denies allegations, it says. On a realistic note, the stuff that's being put out here about the club is not true, so he's really defending the shit out of it. The division manager said that the Springfield bars can hold open events as long as there's wristbands, but they have to have wristbands to differentiate between 18 and 21-year-olds. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Said it attracted a young crowd. Now, this is a cool part of the article. A lot of punk rock bands and some ska bands, they attract a younger crowd. He said the younger crowd has nowhere else to go from here to St. Louis or Chicago, which he is right. And it goes on to mention that Vanilla Ice played here. It's funny because I actually think one of the times I went there, I was seeing a punk rock band, local one. I said example was a Vanilla Ice concert in October 2008. He said the rapper was best known for Ice Ice Baby. I don't know. I wish I was I don't know. I might have been around for that. I might have. I don't think I was there at that particular one, but I was pretty damn close. Police say that Club Chrome's all-age events don't attract serious violence on a constant basis, but they do cause officers more problems. Well, heck yeah, they do. That's pretty much all that article is, so we'll move on to the next one here. This one is literally about the actual closing of the place. It says, Mayor Mike Houston at the time and other city officials Friday morning placarded the doors of the Springfield nightclub near which a 19-year-old was found stabbed to death less than a week ago. Yeah, imagine. And that's close to the age I was. I was a little younger even. Mayor Mike Houston and other city officials Friday morning placarded the doors. They said it was an emergency closure of the venue, formerly known as a Club Chrome. The address listed here was based on the violations of both city's liquor and building codes. The public peace and safety or health of any person is likely or to be endangered by keeping open Club Chrome. He literally said it was a public danger. The club's owner, Neil Patel of St. Louis, couldn't be reached for comment. Ooh, he was dodging the people here. A team of city officials helped placard the nightclub, along with the police chief at the time, and an alderman was there. Oh my God. I think it's an opportunity to make a real assessment of what needs to happen to the property and to avoid anything going on this weekend to possibly spill over and what happened from last weekend. So, yeah. It says the city also, the club violated city rules in or around Christmas Day when it sold alcohol without a license and permitted consumption or possession of alcohol at the club. So, like, they were just breaking rules, drinking left and right, along with the murder. It says right here, I think an opportunity, a fight inside the building near Christmas morning spilled outside where the person was, I'm not gonna say a name, was the funny thing, his name isn't Mark, so I even fucked up when I said the name, was fatally stabbed in the chest. The city's liquor license was revoked because customers were smoking marijuana on the premises. This is before it was legal too, so there were all kinds of debauchery going on in this place, and it was fun being there, but damn, dude, it was like the knife and gun club for sure. It wasn't your average dog and pony show, but yeah, that it was quite the event. But that's that one for you, so you guys have yourselves a good one.